All right, Coach, the storyline on the Rockets side is that they're going to play small again. Against Dallas, they didn't have anybody over 6'6". Do you have to make an adjustment defensively there?
No, they're going to play the way they play. They play with, obviously, Harden is the main focus of any game plan that you're going to have. But, they've kind of mastered people running at them. That worked for a couple of weeks, but I think they've got that. Obviously, getting Eric Gordon back, another three-point shooter that can really, really space the floor. It's been great. So we have to try to play the way we're going to play and how we're comfortable playing. And then, obviously, we'll have to make adjustments within the game.
You played solid basketball, obviously, for a good stretch. Is cleaning up the unforced errors something that still needs to be taken care of?
Well, anytime. I don't think you can defend turnovers, and anytime we turn the ball over, that's where we get ourselves in trouble. So that's the first thing that we've got to do. The second thing is that we just got to continue to be solid defensively. This is a team that is really going to shoot probably 53s today with a smaller lineup. They'll get to 50 probably. So we have to defend the three-point line, but we got to also come up with 50-50 balls, and then we've got to do a good job on our end of taking advantage of what we have from a matchup standpoint.
In the first few games, you guys experimented with playing Zion at small ball 5. In the last few, you've done a little bit more with Nicole O'Malley and him together. What are you guys really looking for to figure out what type of lineups you want to put around him so he can be the most successful?
Well, where there's going to be game to game. It's not going to be something that we do each and every game, but he's going to be on the floor at the end of the game, and we have to just figure out, what other four guys are playing particularly well that game that we can put out on the floor with them. But we're comfortable within what we're doing. We're comfortable with how we're finishing game, and Nicola is a guy that can space the floor and gives us some size, and is a good passer and a good shooter. So in some situations we'll finish the game or play a majority of the fourth quarter with him in the game.
Where do you think your starting five is at, just chemistry-wise and getting comfortable with each other after 5 games?
I think that's one of the things. We're talking about a guy that had basically played 5 NBA games or whatever. So it's not something that's just going to click right away. I think he's the type of basketball player that is going to fit in almost to a fault. We like to see him be a little more aggressive, but he's a team guy first, and I think he'll find his way. And so it's not anything that we can force upon him or anything. And our guys got a ton of respect for him, and they know what he adds to our team. So I think from that standpoint, it's just a matter of playing a little bit more together and understanding, where he wants the ball and the things that he can do and how he can help us from a spacing standpoint.
When a team switches as much as they do, particularly in this small lineup, what's the balance between hunting preferable matchups and just run your offense, get what you get, the normal good offense?
I think you're going to hurt yourself if you just seek out mismatches, because that's exactly what they want you to do. I think playing in the flow of what you do offensively is going to be very important, and not all of a sudden become the stagnant team where you think because they have their two-guard guarding your 5-man that you're supposed to hold the ball until you can throw it in there. There's other ways of getting advantages, by within the floor of your offense, offensive rebounding. I think you can take advantage of mismatches in that situation too. So we don't want to kill the floor of what we're doing. We also don't want to become an isolation team where we're just strictly trying to find these matchups, mismatches.
Any Super Bowl predictions?
I'd like to see Kansas City. I'm a big fan of Mahomes. I think, it's like watching a video game with him. So we'll see. But San Francisco obviously got a great defense, so should be a great Super Bowl.
All right.
How about that for walking the